Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Nichijou episode number 26 and this is the final episode of this show. So okay, the previous episode it was a episode where which had like one of the thing which kind of highlighted, that is we kind of see how there was like a certain incident where Sasahara and Misato, like Misato with her tsundere, like tendencies, she somehow was able to like completely smash his glasses, which made her, obviously she felt responsible, and so she was like, all right, I'm going to help you out, and like grabbed his hand, and like he, because she thought that he couldn't see, and took him like to different places, helped him out, and in the end she realizes that that's just a fake glasses, that doesn't even have any kind of a use for him. He just uses it for like something else, like for probably for fashion purposes or something, I don't know. So in the end she ends up blasting like Sasahara away again due to her embarrassment. But this was seen, like up until before, it was seen by Mio, who also liked Sasahara, and seeing that she just runs off, obviously everyone tries to go and stop her. And there's like a hilarious chase scene, I have to say. It was like just full chaos, everything like going down, and in the end she kind of like resigns herself. I kind of laughs, she's like, yeah, like like nothing I can do about it. And obviously because of that she kind of becomes a lot sadder, and like her energy is not there anymore. So her friends, like Nano, Mai, and Yuko, they tried to cheer her up by the end, and made like a like a whole like like a little skit kind of thing, where they ended up presenting her with like a little letter where it was written like, oh, we'll be there, like we're good friends and all that. And that made her, made Mio smile again by the end, and that was a very wholesome like ending for that episode. It was hilarious as well, but the ending was really wholesome. And yeah, that was quite nice. Let's see what happens today. This is the final episode of this show, so yeah, let's see how they end it, like like how it ends. I'm looking forward to this one. So yeah, let us begin. I'll be putting the subtitles on the timer here. Sync it to whichever is a preference, and let's get started. All right, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Birthday. Oh, really? Hmm. Yeah. I Oh yeah. That's interesting. Yeah, that'll be, that'll be good. Yeah, she'll be happy. Both of them. Go on. Oh my god. Wow. Well, oh yeah. No, it's a surprise, you said. Don't, okay. She'll That was a misunderstanding. Okay. My face. Yeah, that's not happening. All right, here we go. Like, when will... What? Wait, what? Um, okay. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's better. A small one. I don't think so. There still will be something stuck. Oh no. Did she drop it? Oh no. Well, oh no. Oh, there you go. There you go. There it is. Wow. It is quite small. Well, do you have a spare one? You should attach that back again. There you go. There you go. Oh, okay. So she didn't answer her question technically, but okay, can she make it by the time she comes back? Oh no, what's happening with here? Wait, what? Why? What? Oh, he was a principal here? Wait, why is he vice principal now then? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Hey! Did you... Yeah. Oh no. Oh my god. Wow. Okay, wow. What is that? Oh, that's probably Daiku. What's going here? I was thinking it's probably from the Daiku. Why is she standing like that? What? Oh, here we go. The soccer, yeah. Yeah, they don't have a wallet, so. Oh, nice! You saved her. What's going on here? That was random. No surprise. Hmm. No, she doesn't. Oh, what's happening? Why is she like unawareingly? Okay, like somehow. Okay. Oh, Misato. What is happening today? Yuko, you're just without even knowing, she's just doing these. Winner! Get another free. Okay. You can give this to, yeah. Oh, the pollen. But. Okay. Oh my god. What? I was wondering what is that? The principal? Oh my god, the principal's wig. Ah, um, yo, attach that back. Well, she knows that you're a robot. Okay, stop. Oh boy. She's happy. The why? Why is she? Sakamoto. Wait. Why is she hitting a pumpkin? Shouldn't it be a watermelon? What a random scene. Okay. Oh, that's a tough pumpkin. Pumpkin. Wow. All right. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. All right. It's another one of those random silent. Yeah. Ooh. Okay. Okay. Oh. Damn. Okay. I'm pretty sure it's still, yeah. Well, oh no, stop. Wait, was Sakamoto like her pet? Yeah. Oh my god. You feeding him crap? Okay, wow. No! Ah. You're, oh my god. There you go. Sakamoto was her cat. And this is what happened. There you go. This we saw this in that episode where such a such a weird thing, like like Sakamoto's living with Nano now. Oh my god. Boss. Eh, yeah. Oh, interesting. So I thought she was searching for Sakamoto because she knew their connection. No. Boss. Yeah. It was all like bad luck and just true. No, but at least you can talk now, you know. Oh my god. Yeah, her friends are coming. Well, come tomorrow. Oh my god. Wow. Oh, nice. Why? Yeah. Ah, yeah. Uh, we, oh, okay. Yeah. Oh, they're here. Okay. Like she can put it on her own. Yeah, she's remembering that she, like, like Yuko never really bothered about anything. Her hand just came out and she's like, ah, it's okay, no problem. Yeah, she'll probably put it back. Yeah. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she'll put it back. They'll be like, happy birthday, and they'll be like, what? Well, just because, Okay. Oh no. I. Oh. Wait, what? Oh boy. Oh really? It was her birthday. Oh, she. Okay, that's interesting. Ah. Wow, that was an amazing coincidence. Hmm. Yeah, but like, wow. Wait. Wait. So you're supposed to put it inside. It's. I'm sorry. It's not going to replace it, but it's gonna. Okay. Well, like she. Oh wow, she dropped. Oh. Wait, where's Sakamoto? Oh boy. There you go. She's happy. Oh, there she. There is Sakamoto. Hmm. That was really, really, that was a really wholesome ending. Okay. Like, so by the end of it, she was able to accept herself. You know, like, All right, that's the end. Okay, something left. Motivation. Both of them have like, ah, hmm, yes. Motivation. Okay. That was cute. There was like a little just a sec. There was like a little thing in the end. A little, I feel like art. Where is that? Um okay, you know what? Let me check the art out again. Like, and almost at the end, it ended quickly. All right, yeah. Okay, here we go. So all of them together. That's cute. Sakamoto. Sakamoto is on top of Mai's head in a basket. All right, so there you go. That was this episode. This was the ending episode of this show. Now, if you look at the whole, like, journey of of the characters in this show, you could see that this is basically like, we could say that this was like Nano little by little, accepting herself as she is. Like, she's a robot, and she always kind of felt a little bit, I would call a little bit lonely because of the the key in her back, and always thinking like, oh, people won't accept me because of this. And after she was able to go to school, that whole thing was even more like, like she started thinking about it even more, and thought that, oh, no one will become my friend, they'll think I'm weird because of the, because of the key and everything. While these girls, they didn't even care about it. And obviously, like, you at the beginning, Yuko was like, oh, she's a robot, but by the end of it, she was just joking around and all that. She didn't really care. Even if she's a robot, she wouldn't care. And like, she told that to her in one of those episodes, that which we saw in this episode, a little flashback, that you're you. We don't care if you are, like, if you are someone else, or if you're a robot or something, like, you will be you, so you don't have to worry about it. That whole thing. And from that point onwards to this episode, we can see how she always, like, asks Hakase to change, and or to take off the key. But here, in the end, on her own, she comes to the decision that, yeah, I don't need anything else. This key, it's okay. It's like, in my back, it's fine. No. And this kind of shows that she herself was able to accept herself by the end of it. um, yeah, like, all right, so this episode, um we begin with the three girls, and Mio, Mai, and Yuko, them talking about, like, like, Nano's birthday. And Yuko's like, oh, let's make it Nano's birthday today. While Mio's like, wait, so today's Nano's birthday? And she's like, no, I don't know when it's her birthday. Then she's like, wait, then why haven't you asked her? And she's like, no, it's, it's the thought that counts, like, and the surprise that is going to matter here. So we we don't really know if today is her birthday or not, but will still make it her birthday. It'll be a surprise. And like obviously by the end, my Mio was like, all right, fine, like no, let's do it. And so let's buy like a cake and everything and go to their place later on after school. Like as all as always, like like the Yuko has like not brought her purse, and Mai also has forgotten this time. Mio, by the end of it, Mio was like, "All right, fine, I'll pay," because of the thing in the amusement park that happened. So yeah, I'll pay it, and it won't be a problem. So yeah, and they're like getting ready, and Yuko, like obviously, like this is Yuko we're talking about, so she just forgot that this is supposed to be a surprise, and she's like, "Oh, let me go and tell Nano." And he was like, "Stop! This is you yourself said this is a surprise. So why are you telling her?" He's like, "Oh yeah, that's right." And I love how my Mio is like, "Oh, you're a fool." And this whole thing again, whenever she calls him an idiot, her an idiot or a fool, she gets pissed off, and Yuko's like, just brings up the whole Sasahara situation, and like just and she Mio herself kind of says that, oh, it doesn't matter because she was just holding his arms. That doesn't prove anything. And by the end, she herself gets embarrassed because she talked about her feelings for Sasara over there. While all of this was happening, Nano is on her way to go to school, and this time we see Hakase coming out and taking out the key, and she's like, "Oh, I've made a small one," And oh boy, Nano's so happy. We've seen her always kind of talking to, asking Hakase to make like a like take off the key or something, but Hakase always said like, no, it's this one's cute, so I want it to be like this, kept like this and all. So yeah, now she realizes she dropped it somewhere, and then Sakamoto comes out and just breaks the whole thing. Hakase takes that opportunity to kind of like blame Sakamoto again. It's so funny. Like this is the thing, their whole relationship of Nano, Hakase, and Sakamoto. It's like Nano's like the mother, and Hakase and Sakamoto are like the siblings. Like and Hakase being like the more, what can I say, mischievous sibling, and she always like always whenever she does something, she just puts the blame or whatever, always tries to bring up Sakamoto and put him in trouble, while Sakamoto also just is just fed up with the Hakase and Hakase's antics. So it's basically that, and Nano all the time tries to become to be like the voice of reason. So yeah, like here again, as we see, as soon as she sees that, oh, Sakamoto did something, she's like, oh, Sakamoto made it Nano cry, and like this way, like just like how siblings do. Oh my god. And after seeing Nano was just extremely sad, Haka said, okay, I'll make another one. It won't be a problem. I'll be able to make one. And now Nano's happy again. Nano's like, okay, will you be able to make it by the time I come home? And she's like, yeah, I will be able to. And she's happy, and she's like, okay, like I know, I'll see you later. Okay, after that, this part was hilarious. We see the principal and the vice principal kind of doing the whole like just back and forth again. And wait, so the vice principal was the principal once over here. That's interesting. Like I've never like why did he become a vice principal again? Like that's kind of interesting. That maybe I'm not sure. But probably like I'm guessing the principal probably. You know what? I don't even know how principals are chosen. How are principals chosen? Well, whichever way they're chosen, like I'm guessing the principal now was able to do it more better than the vice principal, current vice principal. That's why he's the principal now, I'm guessing. And obviously, since that is the reason why there's like so much rivalry between the two. And like a lot of answers questions kind of gets answered in this episode, like this one, like I said, like, like I've always wondered why the vice principal always tries to just, like compete against the principal. And this kind of makes sense now, like, because he was the principal once and now he's a vice principal, so he probably feels frustrated and a rivalry against him, so always tries to just, like just beat him at something. And yeah, here we see that he has done something. He has changed the principal statue to his own statue, and it was written principal there. And he's like, like, like probably those kids, they like, like who knows, maybe there's still some people who support me and all that. And I love how the principal is just, you know just panting. He always does that, it's nothing new. He always pants because of some and then these, like, these workers, these movers who moves the stuff, they come and they're like, oh, what should we do with this one? You just told me to take it away. And we see that they're trying to, like, just transport away the original principal statue. The vice principal realizes that his whole game is out. And I love how the movers are like, oh, this ugly one, what are we going to do with this? This lame one, this, like, just starts calling it names. The vice principal is just he's like, yeah. Now he's also kind of stuck, he doesn't know what to say, because he because then it'll come out that he's the one who told them to do this. So he's like, those kids, they must be playing some prank again, and he's like, I'm sorry, this was a mistake, like, so you should take this one away as well, like, no need to keep the statue here as well. And then in the end, that guy was like, oh, so along with that ugly one, we're going to take this shoddy one as well. And the principal is just oh my god, this was hilarious. All right, and then the next part is the Go Soccer Club. Now this part is kind of like, I'm not sure what the hell happened. But first of all, we see like the huge jumbo jet on top of the school building. I was like, it's probably Daiku, like, did something. And now I don't understand this part. Like, he comes in and Sekiguchi is just standing, just blushing. I don't know why. Okay, and then he's like, Daiku's like, wait, you want to practice too? And Sekiguchi is like, um, yes. She says yes. And then, like, he brings out the goal, like, thing. And Sekiguchi brings out the soccer ball. So there you go. I'm guessing they're probably going to play the goal soccer. I'm not sure what the hell happened here, but anyways. All right. So after that, okay, here something weird happens. The next scene, like, we suddenly see that Yuko is, I don't know, like, Yuko is doing stuff which is actually kind of helping out everyone become, they're becoming lucky and all. Like this part was kind of interesting, because they're talking about the whole lunch money and all that, because obviously they didn't bring their wallet. So Mio is like, feeding them lunch as well, using her money. And Yuko here, at first what happens is that she kind of just slaps Mio or something, and a baseball ball comes, like, through that place, and she ends up saving her unintentionally. And then there was like a duster that falls, and Mai gets saved because of Yuko again. So many things happen, one after the other. There's that part where where one of them was going to step on the ants, but she stops her from going. And then again, Mai was trying to go, and she again tries to stop her, and there was like a little chewing gum and the ants over there. So again, she end up unintentionally saving her from that. And not only that, here Yuko's like, okay, I'm going to go and talk to Nano. You guys don't have to go. And she just starts running, just headbutts like a Sasahara. As always, Sasahara's like, it's fine, no problem, like, and she again kind of bumps to what's her name, Misato. Misato ends up pressing the coffee button and ends up winning unintentionally. Gets two of them, and then realizes that Sasahara doesn't have like a coffee, so she's probably going to give it to her, give it to him. So unintentionally, she's kind of helping everyone out in their own way. And then in comes Sakurai Sensei, and here the she kind of goes past Sakurai Sensei. I'm guessing that was the pollen or something. Gets into her head, and she sneezes the water, and they kind of like just the lights refract, and a rainbow forms and all that. So these things, and that kind of like just happens one after the other. And then there was that guy, oh my god, who was just moving, like, and we see, what's her name, Nakamura Sensei looking at Nano as always. That guy gets the comp. Then there was that part with the principal, that was hilarious. I was so confused at this part. I was like, what is that in his head? One part of the head, I was so confused. I was like, what is that? And then when he looks on towards the bird, it falls back to place, and I'm like, oh my god, it's his wig. I was so confused at the beginning. I was like, what is that thing on his head? And then I realized it's the wig. It's the wig. And wait, so Nakamura Sensei was looking at the the principal, because I'm guessing there was like a pitfall over there, you know. And in the end, she kind of bumps into Nano, and when Nano tries to help her out, Yuko, the hand comes off, and here again we see Nano just freaking out. Nano's like, "Oh, this is nothing. This is just it. I'm trying to make some excuses." And Yuko's like, "Oh, it's okay, no problem," and gives it back to her, the hand. And then she's like, "Oh, what I wanted to say is, like, will I, like, can we come today?" And she's like, "Yeah." And okay, so I wonder if what she was actually like. Nana was actually going to say something. She was like, "Oh, right," and she was going to say something, but Yuko stops her, and she's like, "Oh, it's a surprise," you know. So I wonder if Nana was actually going to say something like, "Oh, it's my birthday today, so like it'll be nice if you come," something like that. I'm wondering if she was actually going to say that. But Yuko just ended up stopping her, and she was like, "Oh, it's a surprise," and then she leaves. Now, I don't understand one thing. We in the end we kind of see how Hakase gives her that thing for the key, and she says that it's going to, like, because of this new upgrade, her key is going to move when she's happy. But here we in this scene we see her key is moving, so it used to move. Like, it's not as if it didn't move before. Whenever she was happy, we've seen multiple instances when her key used to kind of rotate whenever she was happy, or whenever she was feeling frustrated or something, some kind of an emotion. So I wonder what that extra upgrade was, because it already moved from the beginning whenever she was happy. So I don't know. Anyways, I'll go to that part and read that part again if I am able to realize what happened. Okay, and then there was that silent scene again. Like, these silent scenes kind of sometimes happen, and it was just kind of hilarious. And here this time they're trying to, like, break a pumpkin. I don't know why they're trying to break a pumpkin. I've seen people try to break a watermelon using, for that game, like to break the watermelon or stuff. They usually do it in the beach and all, in beach episodes in anime that happens. But these guys in the playground, in the middle of a playground, they're trying to break a pumpkin. Not what? And Mai's just doing her own thing. So Yuko and Mio are the main ones who try to break the pumpkin. They try so many ways. First of all, they wax it with the stick. Nothing happens. They kind of go up onto the top of the slide, moves down, just bashes it into the ground. Nothing happens. Then Mio goes and kicks it on top, and like then Yuko grabs it and again tries to break it, like in the ground. Nothing happens, and in the end they're like, yeah, this pumpkin is hard, we can't do anything. Oh boy. All right, and then the next part, this part was very interesting because we actually get like a realization what like like there's a lot of like like a big question kind of gets answered in this section. Nakamura is able to found Sakamoto, and she's like, oh boss, you're here. And Sakamoto freaks out. He's like, Nakamura, you're here. And he tries to run away. Now this is the part when I realized, like, oh, so Nakamura was her previous owner, and that was her room that we saw where he was trapped. Now I kind of said this in the first episode, it's not first, but the episode where Sakamoto was introduced. I said something like, oh, like we see, obviously we saw like that cage and everything, her like Sakamoto in a cage and everything. So I said something like, oh, maybe he was not being treated well in her previous house or something, and that is probably the reason why she doesn't try to leave Sakamoto, doesn't try to leave Hakase's place, because she's a lot better here. He's a lot better here. And I said stuff like that, and now I realize what the hell happened. Nakamura's just clumsy. She doesn't know how to properly take she tries to take care of Sakamoto, but all the time kind of messed up, and it ended up frustrating Sakamoto more, because there's like that that one part we see Sakamoto she gives him cup ramen. I'm like, what? I I don't even know if cats eat cup ramen. I'm not sure. I don't think they do, but like Sakamoto was just looking at her. He was probably like, oh, like give me something else. But then when she tries to give some more meat in the ramen, she ends up spilling the whole hot cup ramen on Sakamoto's head. And yeah, now that's the first instance. The next instance is during the when they were bathing. She again dumps hot water on Sakamoto, and we can see that she's she was buying these these books where it was written how to take care of cats and all, but she really didn't know how to do that. So she tried her best, but she always failed. So there's that one time, here we see when Sakamoto was just eating from his bowl, and here Nakamura trips and the cage falls on top of him. And this is where what we saw in that episode, and this is when Sakamoto just came down, that whole thing happened, and Sakamoto went to Hakase's place, and they found out. And then obviously the scarf was used and all that, and then Sakamoto was able to talk. So that's how it happened. So there you go, we have our answer. And this also kind of makes so much sense why she always tried to find Sakamoto. We saw before she was trying to follow like a black cat, and later on realized that was not Sakamoto. So I thought she was tailing Sakamoto because she knew Sakamoto was Nano's pet, and that is why she was tailing Sakamoto, because I don't know, she probably wanted Sakamoto to take him to Nano's house and something like that. I thought that was why she was targeting Sakamoto. Turns out no, she didn't know that Nano's Sakamoto lives in Nano's place, and she has no idea. She was just genuinely trying to find her cat. And there you go, she finally found him, and she's just and here Sakamoto's freaked out. Sakamoto's like, yeah, it's not that she has some bad intentions, it's just that she's not able to take care of of animals. She always messes up, and it's somehow makes stuff more problematic for me. That's why he ran away. And then we see Nano and Nakamura kind of meeting in the middle of the street, and Nakamura here kind of decides that, okay, so let's not do anything to Nano for now, because I'm I'm trying to find boss out, which is Sakamoto, and let's focus on that first. And they kind of have a conversation, and obviously the conversation about cat comes up, and here both Nano and her talks about the same cat, and both of them not realizing it's the same cat. Nano talks about Sakamoto while she talks about boss, which is also Sakamoto. So and Nano's like, oh, you also have a black cat, we also have a black cat. And yeah, this whole thing. And in the end, Nano was like, oh, can I go to your house to meet boss? He's like, yes, definitely come. And then she starts laughing. Now here, Sakamoto comes to a realization. He's like, wait a minute, I'm complaining about Nakamura's poor care, like, like unable to take care of me. But then Hakase bothers me all the time, like he does so many pranks, the whole glue thing and everything, using the thing that, the Daruma, like, thing on her head, on his head and all that. Like, he's like, and it's the same thing, both of them. Like, she's trying to put both of it in a scale and see which is worse, and she's realizing that both the places where he lives and lived are the same, and he's like, oh my god, like my luck is still bad, but at least he can talk now, he can can at least talk. Like that wouldn't have ever happened if he stayed with Nakamura, so at least he can talk. I do wonder if in the, I'm not sure, I'm pretty sure the manga has still on, goes on after this, or I'm not sure, does the manga end over here? If it went on after this, I do wonder if ever in the future Nakamura and Sakamoto met again, and like Nano realized that, oh, he's not, Sakamoto's actually her pet. Okay, anyways, and yeah, there you go, that was that. And after that, Nano comes home, and Akase is like, I've made it. And Nano's extremely happy, but in the end she's like, oh, Sakamoto broke it again. And then she's like, don't worry, I'll make one new one again, you don't have to worry. And she takes out Nano's key, and she just goes and starts like, just tinkering with her stuff. Nano's extremely happy. Nano's like, yes, finally, like my key will be gone, I'll be able to, like, that new thing will be smaller and it'll be so much better. So here, Hakase kind of gives us a few interesting facts about the key. Number one, Nano cannot take it out. Anyone else can take it out. Number two, even if she cannot take it out, she can put it on herself, like that type of a thing. So that's why whenever Nano tried before, she was never able to take it out. So while they were having this conversation, Yuko and all, like, the friends come to her house like they were supposed to, and Nano was like, oh, Hakase, like, can you please put this on? And while she was going towards Hakase, she starts remembering all the times when, like, she remembered all the times when she tried to hide the fact that she's a robot, and the whole key situation. But like, Yuko actually accepted her, with all of that, even though she's a robot. And not only that, the whole scene where she comes to her home and says that, oh, like, you are you, it doesn't matter. So that's just what I wanted to tell you. So that, and also how always Hakase said that, oh, this looks cute on you, that's why I don't want you to remove it and all that. And here she starts kind of changing her thought process, and she's starting to kind of think that, oh, maybe this is not bad at all, like this key in itself is like a I don't know, what can I say, like like a thing that made her realize that how everyone currently here, who are her friends now, actually accepts her. It's like a symbol of that. So now all of them come in and they're like, oh, happy birthday. And Nana's like, wait, like, birthday? And it was actually her birthday. That's kind of interesting. So as always, Hakase makes a whole mess out of the situation, and the cake drops and just splatters on the ground. I love how Mio is completely petrified seeing the cake drop, because she spent her whole money on it, and seeing that cake just drop on the floor. That's oh god. And I love how, like, Mai just brings out like a picture of a shark, because you remember, she remembered that Hakase loves sharks, so she brings it out, and Hakase is just so happy, and Nano's just smiling all along, like, just looking at this scene, and she just pours them tea, and she's like, oh, I wonder how they knew that it was my birthday. So there goes a full-on coincidence, but it is indeed her birthday. And she brings out the cake that she brought on her own, because she probably wanted to celebrate with Hakase and Sakamoto, but now, like, her friends are also here, so she's like, yeah, let's bring this out. and brings it out and just cutting it. Hakase comes in and Hakase is like, "Oh, I've made the small one." And here, this part is hilarious. Like like you see this part here. We can see that Nano has accepted that, oh, that key is a part of me. Like with the key, my friends were able to accept me. So I don't want to take it off. It's like a symbol. It shows how much my friends have faith in me, and they won't change just if I'm a robot or because I'm someone else. So I am me, they have accepted me, and I should also accept myself. So I'll keep the key on my back. Like that was like the whole thing that was happening. And like I was also thinking, like, yeah, she's probably going to tell Hakase that, like, I don't want the small key, this is okay. And she was kind of saying that, she was like, yeah, like, it's okay, like, I prefer the way the things are currently. You don't have to take away the key. And while she was just saying that, like, Akasa comes, takes out the key, puts in the smaller one, and just puts the big key back again. And Nano's like, what is this? So Hakase says, this little one spins when you're really happy. Wait, it already did that before, didn't it? Whenever Nano was happy, it spinned. But what's extra in it? And Nano realizes that, okay, so it was actually, the small thing was actually a part of this one. It's an upgrade. It's not a replacement. So yeah, but yeah, there you go. Still, by the end of it, Nano was like, it's fine. Like, I have accepted myself with this key, and I myself would have told Hakase not to take it out. So there you go. Like, it's okay, no problem. And Nano was like, okay, Hakase, like, take the cake with you. And again, Hakase just drops it on, and this time it's on Yuko. This part is so funny. I love how Mai just takes out the candle and is going to put the candle on top of the squished cake. And Mio's like, what are you doing? We need to properly clean Yuko first. Then comes the candle. And Mai's like, no, the candle. We need the candle. And everyone's just laughing. And here we can see Nano's what do you call it? Nano's that ring, that key. Sorry, it starts moving, and which shows that she's happy. And in the end, she says thank you, which shows that, yeah, she has accepted herself completely. And like, her friends were one of the biggest reasons because of that. And then there was, after the after credit scene, there was like a little section called motivation, where Yuko, with again her just crazy logic, Mio was sneezing, and Yuko's like, oh, just stop sneezing, like, it's so simple. This part is so funny. She's like, Mio's like, oh, I'm sneezing, I'm not having, like, a good time. Mine's like, Yuko's like, yes, just stop sneezing. It's that simple. And she's like, how am I supposed to do that? And she's like, yeah, just do it. Just stop them. And yeah, that's where it ended. So there you go. That was the whole episode. And yeah, in the end, we get a very wholesome section, seeing how, Nano is just laughing with her friends now. And it's such a good. Now I have to say something. I do, like, like, this was a great, like, anime, like, so much comedy scenes, like, it's hilarious, completely random. Like, I had a great time reacting to this. And I have to say, I didn't ever expect, like, at the beginning, if you remember, there was kind of two groups, like, there was like Nano and Hakase and Sakamoto, while here, this part, we had the girls, like Mio, Mai, Mai, and Yuko. So I never really thought that they would actually merge together. I thought it was going to continue like that up until the end. So it was a very pleasant surprise in the middle of this show, where we actually got to see that Nano goes to school, and both of them, like, both of the group kind of merged together to, like, make like a bigger group. And they got to know each other, and Nano had friends. Like I really was not expecting that, and I have to say that's a very good thing. Like usually in these type of comedy shows, like it usually doesn't have like an actual story. It just goes completely just just always laughing and everything. Like like some shows all obviously have like a story. I remember Hinamasuri having a story, an actual story, even though it was full on jokes. Like Hinamasuri had like a story. It has so many like like moving scenes and all that. Asobi as far as I can remember, it didn't have any concrete story. It was just those girls joking around and having fun, and just random stuff. And yeah, like like these type of like just fully focusing like comedy shows. Uh, it doesn't have like a big story, but here we kind of get like a story of Nano actually accepting herself as how she is, and her like getting friends and getting people who actually accepts her as well. So that's the thing, like. And yeah, that was very wholesome, and which was obviously like like this whole season was basically that. It kind of shows us how little by little Nano, after interacting with like her friends and everyone, she was able to accept herself and also accept like the fact that yeah, I'm a robot, but that doesn't matter, I am me. And yeah, so there you go. That was it. That was my reaction to the final episode of Nichijou. Like I said, I had a great time. It's This show is hilarious. It's completely random. It has a very unique way of comedy, and like like it's so interesting because what can I say? I've seen like there's so many good comedy shows we have. Like I said, like a few ones that I said, Hinamatsuri, Asabi Asobase, The Daily Life of High School Boys. I've watched all of those, like, and then there was that another show I remember. I don't remember its name. It also had like this three girls, kind of. I don't remember. It was some kind of someone's way back home or something. Like there's three schoolgirls who used to go back home or something. Yeah, and it was just hilarious comedy. I don't remember the name actually, but anyways, it was something like that. And like these shows, and what else? Brand Blue, like, like Konosuba. Like these are the good comedy shows. Nichijou, now that I've seen it, Gintama, obviously. Like it's so interesting that all of these comedy shows, which are actually really good, like anime tries. There's so many animes that tries comedy, but it usually is not that funny. It kind of gets used to it. But these shows are just like just masters at their craft. You actually just laugh out loud whenever you watch these shows. All these shows that I just mentioned, and it's so fun, like interesting that each of this show has their own version of comedy. Like I said, Hinamatsuri's comedy is different, where we get to see where how like there's like a moving story behind it as well. Asobi Yasobase is just those three girls just doing just full on random stuff and just like weird faces. Grand Blue is basically those guys and just basically their college life or whatever, like just that type of thing. While Nichijou here is just full random stuff, like it and with a little moving story in the middle, and it's just completely random. Like you can't expect what's going to happen now and like now and then. It just goes completely haywire. Gintama is one of the best animes I've ever seen. It has a comedy, fourth wall breaking. Like Gintama is basically fourth wall breaking all the time, with some hilarious and just really good wordplay and stuff. Not only that, you have to know a lot of references for the jokes to actually connect. And if you are able to realize the jokes, it's just full on comedy, and it has an amazing story. So that's Gintama's version of comedy. And Konosuba's version of comedy is just like just Kazuma just being just being bothered by those three girls who are his party members. Just completely them being useless, but at the same time Kazuma still having fun, and that's that version of comedy. And like these daily life of high school boys, just high school boys doing high school stuff, and just random goofiness. Like each show has their version of comedy, and it's so good. Like like I've watched all these shows, and each show I had like a different experience watching them, and like the laughter came out all while watching all of those shows. Nichijou is an addition to all of those shows here. And yeah, like this is just great. Like these are, like I said, these shows are the masters of their craft. They're their top comedy shows. And yeah, so there you go. So that was it. That was my reaction to the final episode, episode number 26 of Nichijou. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know, and I'll check them out. And yeah, okay, before I end this, obviously this will be replaced. I did a poll in the community tab, and which size of life show I would react to, and K-On has won that poll with an overwhelming victory. I think like it has like 62% votes. So yeah, so I'm going to start reacting to K-On from next week, one episode every week. I think K-On has 2 seasons and 1 movie or something. I'll try to do all of them. So yeah, so I think I think it has 2 seasons. I'm not sure. I'll check it out. But yeah, I'll be starting K-On and from next week. So yeah, there you go. So that's it. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.